So next. Okay. Let's do this. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be wondering why I'm doing this review. You know, I thought about it, if I was even going to do it, or even watch this show in general. Listen, right off the bat, I know this is a taped show. The show was taped last week. I'm not a guy that looks at spoilers for reasons. And, I'm not really surprised. Well, come on, this is Monday Night Raw we're talking about. But what, these people sat in this arena for like 6 hours? I said this last week. And even I looked in that crowd. I don't know if that all the people were still out there in general or whatnot. But this show, I don't know. I don't even know. I've said it before. These guys on autopilot. So this doesn't surprise me and whatnot at this point in time. But at the same time, it's just how bad do we look at this? Huh? How bad do we really look at the show in general? Monday Night Raw. But like I said before, this is a tape show and whatnot. Now, was there some interesting things going on? A little. Now, if you're ready for Squash City, okay, because it's almost like they didn't even start trying. It's like when we knew they were doing this tape show, and this is a holiday edition also. Let me just say that first. Happy holidays out there who's ever watching this video review right now of what I'm doing. But yeah, this tape show, Monday Night Raw, I don't think this is going to be a very long review. I will say that. But, I already made the graphic and everything for this show. So, hey, let's do it anyways. Because there's some little development, I will say that. One thing I do want to go off first, and I will explain this at the end of this video also. Because, like I said, this may not be a very long review. Because yesterday I spent nearly 4.5 hours with my friend recording the 2019 year-end review of wrestling in general. Please look that up right now. It is uploaded as we speak. Look up the 2019 year-end wrestling review. We spoke for over 4.5 hours. We had a lot of shit to say, from WWE to AEW to NXT. But WWE and NXT the same thing. But you go what I mean from there. From MLW to the NWA to New Japan Pro Wrestling to Impact Wrestling, to Ring of Honor, to multiple news stories, to what we thought about many things. Like I said, any company, any news story, any match, any MVP, the worst, the best, the shit, everything we spoke on for over 4.5 hours. Is it very long? Yes, it is, but I promise you, you'll have a very great listen to. We had a lot of fun doing this. We had a lot of things to say back and forth, and it was a debate on some things. Stuff we liked, stuff we didn't like, some we agreed on, some we disagreed on. And it was a fun atmosphere, I felt like, because I did not get a chance to do the Survivor Series review with him. So I'm like, you know what, we're going to do a year in wrestling review. And like I said, we spent nearly over 4.5 hours doing this yesterday. So it was a lot of time put into it. Now, I will say my own mistake, and maybe I need to go back and look this up. I will try to go back and create timestamps, as somebody said, because I don't think everybody's going to listen to every part unless you want to go, because I spent nearly an hour and a half talking about AEW. I think maybe, I don't even want to say 2 hours on WWE, just Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, which that's all WWE, so I'm just combining all the times into that, because I did try to separate them from NXT to the main roster. We spoke a little bit on the NWA. That was a good amount of time from, everything they've done in the past year, from Impact Wrestling, New Japan, Ring of Honor, their problems right now. We spoke on a lot of things, okay, from pay-per-views to the shows to the match. Like I said, everything I just said, we took a lot of time talking about it, and it was fun, okay? It's a little bit overkill, possibly, but dude, there's a lot of stuff that went on in the year of wrestling, okay? It really did. Just, it's too many shows right now, so we had a lot to speak on. Formation of companies, everything, okay? So Like I said, please go check out my year-end wrestling review, and I will speak on a little bit more about that in the end. But tape Monday Night Raw. Tape Raw. Des Moines, Iowa, which I swear to God, that crowd looked halfway out. I think some of these people left and didn't sit for over 6 hours watching the show. I don't know if a lot of crowd reactions were fake on that. I'm not sure. I'm just taking a guess, but maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So we'll see what comes from that. But, other than, like I said, with Raw, the tape show, and everything, we did kick it off with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens came out, and he talked about, he's got a lot in his mind to speak about with regards to Seth and the AOP and whatnot. But before he could really say what he wanted to say about them, next you know, Mojo Rawley comes out, and Kevin Owens is confused. Mojo says, listen, you need Kevin needs a reality check and whatnot. And, you're not going to kick my ass again. But Kevin says, I'm going to kick your ass again, okay? And Mojo says, everybody's tough with his steel pipe and everything. And, it's not going to be a good Christmas for him and his family. I'm going to beat you in this no disqualification match. Kevin Owens says, that's what I just said, all right? So this was a Christmas street fight, as the announcers were putting it on from there. Listen, there's not much to say from this. Kevin Owens won. You knew he was going to win. Mojo's a job guy. I'm surprised they let him get some offense a lot on Kevin Owens with the chair shots. But Owens won. He hit the power bomb on him through a table. There you go. That's all that's really need to know from this. I'm surprised they even got Mojo Rawley doing a lot on this show in general anyways. Kevin Owens, pretty much then called out AOP and Seth, saying, I still got fighting me, let's go. Pretty much wiping the blood from him on his face, like war paint on there, ready to go. Seth pretty much held him off. He was trying to get a handshake and everything, try to reason with Kevin. But Kevin ended up super kicking him. AOP attacked. He tried to go for the chair, did not work. Seth was going to go for the curb stomp, but Owens pretty much took him back down. But the AOP got him again. And the AOP got him again and whatnot, and they pretty much beat him up and everything. One thing and this is one of the really good parts of the show tonight with Samoa Joe, basically calling these guys thugs and everything. They do what they want. Joe pretty much says, I've been trying to warn y'all, these are bad men. These are very bad men. And when I say my dad was a bad man, there are people in my family that are bad men out there, okay? They are very, very bad men, alright? And he's pretty much saying that you do not want to mess with these guys or whatnot, and basically, we heard a lot about Samoa Joe, which he does play an important factor by the end of tonight's show, but I'm sure everybody does enjoy his commentary on there, which was good, as he kept calling them thugs, and he didn't like it. R-Truth was walking around New York City. This is not the first time you're going to hear about R-Truth. He was walking around the Rockefeller Center, but he said it was a invitation to The Rock's tree lighting thing, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But it ended up being Tozawa, pinning him then for the 24/7 title. The chase continues tonight, folks. The chase continues for a very long night. Bobby Lashley went against Cedric Alexander. Lano's out there with him. Listen, man, I'm surprised this match went on this long. What got me about it was Lana got on the microphone to talk. And she went off, I swear this went on for 5 minutes. She says, I'm going to talk to my hot boyfriend. You guys got to go Greco-Roman. You got to keep it simple in the ring. And that, it went on too long. And it's surprising they let her talk so long that it went in the commercial break. Okay? Lana, I'm just sure annoys everybody just with her talking. Just goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. It's like a bird talking. Basically, after commercial, the match came, and I'll say this: Cedric and Lashley, it was okay. Once it got past the line promo, it wasn't even that bad of a match, honestly. It's not much to really kind of talk about, but other than them promoting, the wedding is next week between Lashley and Lana and whatnot. But Lashley won. He hit a spear on Cedric, sort of like a bullet to just getting shot at, and that was the match itself. But Lana continues to be very annoying on the mic. Seth Rollins pretty much says that Kevin Owens needs to stop picking fights on him. More 24/7 segments. They knock a guy's hot dog down. Truth, by the way, when he came to this Rockefeller Tree thing, some guy told him that the whole writing was in Japanese, and whatnot. Drew McIntyre killed Zack Ryder, who gives a shit, squash match. And then, he killed Hawkins out there and pretty much said that, 2020 is my year. I'm going to dominate. I'm taking over. It belongs to me. It's not going to be fun, alright? It's going to be his fun. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes from that. Becky Lynch came out. Talk about the birth of the man and everything. It's been, a while now. But Asuka's been a problem, as she says. She's the face of the company, and she doesn't want to be protected or whatnot. She wants to go out there, she wants to fight, and she wants to do it fair and square or whatnot. And she's come to collect her debts now on Asuka. And Asuka and Kairi Sane came out. Asuka talked about Becky. I know some of the promo was in Japanese, but, she says, I beat you at TLC. I beat you, pretty much, and that, she says, Asuka says she's going to become Asuka 2 belts, holding the women's tag championship and the women's title. Since Asuka says, I already have I am champion already. But Becky pretty much also spoke in Japanese, saying, which basically the translation of it was, I'm going to kill you. Do your worst. I don't remember what she says. I'm not going to repeat it, but that's basically what the translation was of what Becky Lynch said when she spoke in Japanese for a second against Asuka. So yes, more build between her and Asuka. Most likely going into the Royal Rumble. So that was okay. I didn't mind that. Aleister Black kills some guy. Black Mass. Buddy Murphy comes out right after. Kills some guy. V-triggered in Murphy's Law. Murphy pretty much, there will be a rematch with these two next week. Black was going to shake his hand, but Murphy turned around. He turned back around. He says, hold on a second, gets Black masked. And I feel like Murphy's going to go over the next week because Black went over at the pay-per-view. But it should be a great match, though. What else? Ricochet went against Tony Nese. Squash match. Ricochet has a win. Tozawa hides. Of course, Truth runs after him. Chelsea Green debuted on Monday Night Raw on a tape show with nobody know who this woman is, and the crowd really not caring, to be honest. Listen, I didn't hate this against Charlotte, but it was already strange enough. They had Deonna Purrazzo debut one week, and now we got Chelsea. These women get more time on the main roster than they got on NXT. I didn't even really see Chelsea Green that much on NXT. And, I mostly know a lot of her work back in Impact during the whole Laurel Van Ness character thing and then the Crazy Bride, and I saw it all in and whatnot. But, and I like Chelsea Green, too. But it's like, this woman, she made more TV time on Raw than she was on NXT. Okay? Like, same with Deonna Purrazzo. Like, you barely saw her on NXT. But somehow these women are on Monday Night Raw. They're on Monday Night Raw. I don't get it. The match was okay with Charlotte. I knew Charlotte was winning figure 8. There you go. But it's like, wow, why are these women more on Monday Night Raw than we've seen them on NXT? Think of it. This is a tape show, too, also, with a crowd barely caring in general, knowing who they are. But, like, back-to-back, though. 1 week's of Deonna Purrazzo, now this week is Chelsea Green. I'm like, we see these people more than we've seen them on NXT. Truth, and, which, by the way, Santa Claus is now the 24/7 champion. Because, they started chasing and... he ended up pinning Tozawa, so Santa is the new champion. Another Liv Morgan video. I'm not really going to go into this. I guess she may cut her hair still. OC went against Randy Orton and War Machine. Not a bad match. I didn't hate it. It was okay. Basically it was like selling a lot of Orton's leg. That we were focusing on Orton's injured right leg and whatnot. Because Orton, he was going to do that DDT on AJ. Anderson stopped it. He RKO'd him. Styles drop kicked his not drop kicked him, but Styles hit the Gallows went for his leg, but Anderson, he basically he went for the not Anderson. AJ, he did the phenomenal forearm on Orton and won the match. So the OC got the win, which of course I think they need to win in general because it's the OC and whatnot. But they're trying to make this thing as a team. But I guess they're still going against Orton and War Machine and whatnot. So we'll see where that comes into. But Orton, Not Orton. Not Orton. What am I going with here? But yeah, this feud continues with Orton and AJ and whatnot. It wasn't a bad tag match. I'll say that. I don't know how much that crowd cared, but it was, it was okay. For what it was, yeah, like I said, AJ, he pinned Orton. Orton got him last week, so we'll see another match probably at the pay-per-view. Eric Rowan does his, looking at the whatever's in it. I still think it's a ferret. It's a ferret. He's got a ferret in the cage. I'm still going with that. Akira Tozawa and Truth chase Santa and horses. It's a horse chase and whatnot. I kind of laughed at that because he called the horse a reindeer. Street Profits, they still around. Talk about, man, going to that Bobby Lashley wedding next week is, what's his name there put it? Dawkins. He says, I'm trying to go to that bachelor party. Like, hey, yo, Bobby, man, hit me up on that speed dial, man. I got Godfather. Like, hey, you got Godfather on the line? Even I was like, hey, man, Godfather? Bachelor party? Hey, man, put the drink up. Gotta say, even with the red Solo cup here, it's their gimmick. Bring in the hoes, nigga. I'm with that shit. Godfather. He still got hoes. Don't know how many, but, the man's, he's got hoes. That's that basically. The nigga got hoes. But yeah, they talked about that, and, I guess, Montez like, hey, man, we can't do that. Live TV, which this isn't a live show. This is a tape show, so we can't really say these guys aren't, they're not on live TV. All right, they're not. But the Street Profits, I did laugh when Dawkins was doing that. Like, I got Godfather on speed dial for the bachelor party. I'm like, now we talking. Now we are talking. Eric Rowan killed this guy that pulled candy canes out of his trunks. I don't know where that's been. I wouldn't accept it from anybody. Rowan killed this guy. I'll tell you, man, we got squash matches all night. Squashy, squashy, squash. Santa ended up running somewhere. Truth ended up pinning him for the title. The referee pretty much says, listen, I've been doing this all night around this city in New York. It's cold. I'm going home. Okay, why didn't you put a coat on or a jacket throughout this whole segment? Let me say this throughout all of the Truth segments they've done with Tozawa. How come, Truth, Santa, and Tozawa, they're the only ones that are smart enough to wear coats, but the referee did not be smart enough. Like, hey, ref, you could have put on a coat or a jacket. It's New York City. It's December. It's cold. You ran around New York City all night in the cold, and now you want to complain? Like, I've been chasing you all night. It's cold. Put a coat on, man. You know what you're doing. I'll tell you about these referees, they got no logic sometimes. These referees have no logic. Do you not put on a coat? Do you not know what to do? You're chasing these guys all night with a title, right? Put on a coat. Jesus. Okay. What else? What happened after that? We did that. Truth and Tozawa had a truce. I guess Christmas spirit, that's why. So Truth got the belt back. Rusev came out, cut a promo. I guess he's getting over because I guess women want him now, saying like, hey, Bob, he can have her, okay? Like, it's Rusev Day. It's always going to be on Rusev Day. Good luck to you, man, because he is single. He killed No Way Jose. Machka kick, and he helped him back up the dance, and the women start giving him, Tozawa's dancers, the women start giving him a kiss to the cheek. Hey, he's single now. Hey, man, I'm single. I don't need that woman no more. Ex-wife, there you go. So, I'm free to do what I want. Rey Mysterio went against Seth Rollins for the United States Championship. Not a match. Rey hit the 619 on Seth. AOP ended up attacking him. They jumped Rey. They beat him up. They were going to put him through the table. But when they were going to go through the announce table, Samoa Joe never got out his seat. Alright, like, I ain't going nowhere. Alright, I ain't doing nothing. He says, like, it's like this. If I get up, that's y'all ass. That's basically what it's going to be, alright? Y'all ain't going to do nothing. Y'all going, alright? I'm not getting up from my spot. It is Samoa Joe start taking off his jacket and whatnot, since he's been the guy talking shit all night about the AOP and everything and Seth Rollins. Seth tried to diffuse the situation. Like, okay, it's done. Listen, it's about Rey Mysterio. It's not about you, Joe. This is between me and him. Basically, Seth Rollins turned around and he said, finish him. And the AOP ended up attacking Joe. Joe tried to fight him off. Seth, he put Seth, he ended up curb stomping Rey, and then they all AOP, you know, Seth, they put Samoa Joe through the announce table then. So I'm assuming Samoa Joe is cleared to wrestle again, since I've been saying, like I said, Samoa Joe's basically a face. We already know that. I enjoy his commentary, but I think it's now going to be time to put him back in the ring. He's been talking about AOP all night and everything, calling these guys thugs and whatnot. He's a bad man, what Seth and them are doing. So now I kind of figured at one point, like, they'll get Samoa Joe involved in this one way or another. And they did it tonight. Basically, they said, all right, I'm going to put him through a table. So Samoa Joe's a face. I believe it will work. It's better than him. Hey, don't get me wrong, Samoa Joe, I liked him as a heel too. But I said it before with Joe throughout this entire time. And I'm sure a lot of people did too. Hey, he can talk the most shit all he can, but if you can't win a fucking match, it does no help. But now with a face Samoa Joe and what he's been saying about Authors of Pain, he's going to get a big payback on them now. And he's most likely he's going to help Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens now to go against Seth Rollins and Authors of Pain. So expect the 6-man tag from that coming soon. But with Joe going through the table, I'm assuming he may be medically cleared now from his injury. So I think we will see Samoa Joe back in the ring pretty soon and whatnot. So I've enjoyed his commentary though. He can keep, if they have him back on commentary again, it's good, because I'm sure people are gonna say, if this guy, whenever he retires, put him on the commentary table. Samoa Joe is really good, and he was really great out there tonight too. So that was one of the somewhat highlights. Listen, you're not really gonna get much from this show in general. It's a tape show, okay? You're gonna see squash match, squash match, squash match, squash match, squash match, okay? The only thing that was, you know, relatively good was the Samoa Joe stuff. I will say that. On him, and I will say the Becky and Asuka stuff was pretty good too. Everything else you saw squash matches or stuff you do not really care about, especially like the whole Lana Lashley and Rusev thing going on, especially Lana and just talking in general. Honestly, Truth entertained me more than Lana did, okay? I'll say that, with him chasing all over New York City with that 24/7, you know, whatever 7-Eleven title they're going with, okay? So there you go. But other than that, that's my Monday Night Raw review. I told you this wasn't going to go the longest thing. That's all I had to say. This is a tape show, so there you go. Other than that, happy holidays out there. Whatever you celebrate out there, Christmas or anything. Happy holidays to you. Also, please check out my year-in review of the year in wrestling of 2019. We have that posted up right now. It was 4.5 hours. Like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, we had a lot of shit to say. Okay, we had a lot to say in wrestling this year, and I hope you all enjoyed out there who enjoys it. Okay, so other than that, will I be back for an NXT review on Wednesday? Most likely not. It's Christmas. I don't think I really need to, or not, or just any other show this week. It's like that. There's no AEW this week. Impact's most likely going to be a clip show, and SmackDown is until Friday, so I'll probably be back by Friday to do a review. If I do an NXT review, it'll probably be by the next day. I don't know, okay, but we'll see what comes from that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm most likely not going to do a review on Christmas, okay? But other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodKnight890. That's all I got to say from that. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck Lifetime, etc. Blah, blah, blah. See you guys later. Peace out. Done.